Dear students, welcome to today's program. I am very happy to meet all of you. Today we are going to discuss a very important area in the field of English language teaching, that is special features of English speaking. They are stress, intonation and rhythm. Dear student teachers, you are aware the importance of communication, the importance of language, any language. The main purpose of any language is communication. There are number of languages in this world. The prime purpose of any language is to convey our ideas to others. For example, as an English teacher, our aim is to prepare our students as international citizens. That means our students should be in the position to intelligible to all the people in this world. They should speak to various people in the world, and they should intelligible, and they should be in the position to convey their ideas to others, and they also should be in the position to understand when others are speaking. For that, there is one subject, dear student teachers, in English. The name of that subject is phonetics. Hope you are aware about this. This subject especially deals with speech, how to develop a speech. It's a branch of linguistics, especially deals with speech. Dear student teachers, now I would like to show a small video of native speakers speaking. See, observe her way of speaking. Her way of speaking, what are the differences you find in her speech and in our way of speaking?
Learning to think in English will make you more confident speaking English because you'll speak more naturally and fluently with less hesitation. I can already hear you saying, "But Emma, I need to think in my native language to translate. It's too hard. I don't know enough vocabulary to do it." But listen, that is the long, slow, and painful road to English fluency. When you do this, your English sounds unnatural because the sentence structure is different in your language. And it probably takes you a long time to say what you need to say because you're translating in your head as you speak. We're going to learn a few strategies to help train your brain to think in English. So start with very simple vocabulary. When you're at home, think about the English word for things that you see around you. Shoes, flowers, desk, door. When you're on the train or you're driving to work, look out the window and think of the English word for the things that you see. Dog, factory, busy, windy, people. In fact, we're going to try it right now. So I want you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, because when you open your eyes, you're going to look around the room in front of you and think in English. Only in English, not in your native language. You're going to think in English of the words for everything that you see around you. Okay? So take that deep breath again and open your eyes and look around you. Thinking of the English words only.
Okay, dear students, just you observed native speakers' way of speaking. Is it like our mother tongue, dear students? No, not at all. You find some up and downs, a sort of music. Hence, there are some variations between our mother tongue speaking and English speaking. English has some special features. It's not a flat language. You find up and downs in English. We call them as stress. English speech, it shows some special features. They are stress, intonation and rhythm. These three features we find in English. We don't find those things in our mother tongue. You are aware that English alphabet letters are 26. The sounds in English are 44. These 26 letters represent 44 sounds in English. Out of them, 24 are known as consonant sounds, 20 are known as vowel sounds. Only 26 alphabet letters represent 44 sounds in English. You observe this here is a list of vowels in English. These are 20 vowels. Again, these vowels are of two types, pure vowels and diphthongs. And you observe here, these are consonants. The number of consonants in English are 20. Now, let us try to understand one feature of English, that is stress. What is meant by stress? Stress is the degree of force with which a syllable or word is uttered. In English, all the syllables in a word are not evenly stressed. See here, dear students, you find a new word here, that means syllable. Before going to understand what is meant by stress, we should understand syllable. Now, this is one very important area, important feature of English language, that is stress. Stress is the degree of force with which a syllable or word is uttered. That is why English is known as, it is a stress-timed language. English is a stress-timed language. You observe here word teacher. Here in this word there are two syllables, T, ch. T is first syllable, ch is second syllable. We divide these two syllables with a hyphen. In the same way, we don't say banana, we say banana. We say banana. We don't say banana, we say banana. While we are saying banana, the second syllable stands out. That is why we have to mark on that second syllable, that is stress mark. You find that stress mark. The stress mark should always be indicated with one vertical bar just before that syllable. You observe in banana, the stress mark is on second syllable. Just before starting of that syllable, you find that stress mark. In the same way, you find this stress mark in your dictionaries also. With the help of this stress mark, we can understand stress. See, dear students, in teacher, we say, don't say teacher. Teacher. In teacher, the first syllable is stressed. The mark is there on the first syllable. Now, before going to understand it very clearly, dear students, let's try to understand what is meant by a syllable. A syllable is a unit of pronunciation consisting of a vowel alone or a vowel along with consonants. You see, banana, here, how many syllables are there? You can understand very easily. You can divide it into syllables very easily, because there are three vowel sounds. That is why there are three syllables in this word. Banana. B, a, n, a, n, a. In this way, banana, it has three syllables. And that's why you observe in every syllable there is a vowel. In the first syllable, there is a consonant b and a. In the second syllable, the consonant n and a vowel sound a. In the third syllable, you observe a consonant n and a vowel sound a. Sometimes there will be only one sound, one phoneme. We call every sound as phoneme. One phoneme can be called as a syllable. You observe here I. So only I, EYE I. Both pronunciation is same, and we see here there is only one sound, that is diphthong. See I is diphthong here. O. These three, here you find four sounds, four words, and each word there is only one sound, that is vowel sound, that we have to call that sound, that only sound as a syllable. That is E, I, A and O. These four sounds you find here. Four words are there. In each word there is only one sound. That sound we call it as a vowel sound. See, let us try to understand composition of the syllable. Already we discussed just now, in a syllable there must be a vowel. That is why in a syllable there may be one or more speech sounds. There may be one speech sound or more speech sounds. If there are more speech sounds, one must be a vowel, remaining sounds will be consonants. You observe here in the slide there will be one word, about. See, about. Here in this about word there are two syllables. The first syllable second syllable bout, about. You say, don't say about. We have to pronounce it as about. That's why the only one that sound, that vowel sound, it consists a syllable. The second syllable you find one consonant b and one vowel. That vowel is a diphthong o and t, about. And you can understand by this, a vowel is a compulsory element in a syllable. Without that vowel, there will not be any syllable, we can say. You see, dance, dance. See, d, a, n, s, dance. You observe here, school, s, k, u, l. How can we say? How many syllables are there here? Only one syllable. Why? Because there is only one vowel sound in that. S is a consonant, k is a consonant, u is a vowel and l is a consonant. School. In school there are four sounds, there is one vowel sound. That is why there is only one syllable in this word. See here, cat. In that spelling, in that orthographic spelling, there are three alphabet letters to represent this word. C-A-T, C-A-T, cat. If you come to sounds here, you observe here, K-A-T, cat. See, dear students, whenever you write these symbols, transcription, showing that word into that sound system, that is known as transcription. We should always keep this transcription in between two slant lines, k, a and t, cat. Here you observe here in the cat, the vowel sound is known as nucleus. Vowel sound is known as nucleus. Just before that there is one consonant, k. This is known as releasing consonant. The center is known as a, ca. The next to vowel is also consonant t, cat. We say this cat, it has three sounds. The first one is the first vowel, the consonant is known as releasing consonant. The center, that is known as nucleus, then immediately after nucleus there is other consonant that is known as arresting consonant. See, English allows up to 3 consonants to begin a syllable and up to 4 consonants to end a syllable. Such a sequence at the beginning or end of a syllable are called consonant clusters. See here, English, the maximum the consonants before that vowel sound will be 3. Maximum consonants after vowel are 4. You observe here, tempts, a consonant vowel and 4 consonants, a, m, p, t, s, m, p, t, s. These 4 are consonants. That is why tempts, the arresting consonants here are 4. You observe same in the case of texts, t, a, k, s, t, s. In texts there are how many sounds are there? 5 sounds are there. The first sound is a consonant, second one is vowel, again it is followed with again 4 consonant sounds. And come to next one, spleen. Here you observe spleen, the structure is C, 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 V, C. There are 3 releasing consonants. Hence you can remember like this, English allows 4 consonants, arresting consonants. English allows 3 releasing consonants. And let us try to understand syllable division. Already we discussed syllable division depends on number of vowels. For example, tailor, you see, observe here, tailor. In tailor there are 2 vowel sounds, that is why there are 2 syllables. Tail is 1 syllable, l is other syllable. R is silent here. You already aware that word final R is always silent. You observe the next one, cucumber. Cucumber, there are 3 vowels, that is why 3 syllables are there. Remark, remark, you see, remark. Here there are 2 vowel sounds, 2 syllables. In the same way here observe population, you see, population, population, there are 4 syllables, that is why there are 4 vowels, that is why there are 4 syllables. In this way you can divide a word into syllables, and we have to give stress to 1 syllable out of all the syllables. You observe here sometimes with the help of spelling we can't divide the word into syllables. For example, you see here ago and example, 2 words are there. In ago, here it is very clear to us, is 1 syllable, is there is 1 vowel, and go, g and o, go. In go there are 2 syllables, and go. Here you can understand here with the help of just spelling also you can divide it into 2 syllables. But in case of example it's not possible to divide it into syllables. Why? You observe here. Here in example there are 3 syllables in this word. Example. The letter X represents 2 sounds. You observe X, in that X, G and Z sounds, both are there. How do you pronounce it? Xa, xa. In that X sound, these 2 sounds are there in that X letter, G and Z, xa. That is why the Ga sound belongs to first syllable and the Za sound belongs to second syllable. That is why it is not possible to divide some words divide into syllables only with the help of spelling. We have to transcribe that word, and then only we can mark syllable mark, and we can divide it into syllable. We can make syllable syllabification only with the help of transcription. We can't make it with the help of this only spelling. And based on the number of vowels, the words are divided into 3 types. They are the words are divided into so many types. They are number 1 is monosyllabic words. If there is only one syllable in a word, such type of words are known as monosyllabic words. If there are 2 syllables in a word, you can understand that is di, means 2 syllables are there, disyllabic word. If there are 3, try. If there are more than 3, generally we call them as polysyllabic words. Only one sound is there, I, o. These words consist only one syllable. You observe here some monosyllabic words: girl, boy, shirt, came, go, so, ant. If there is only one syllable, dear student teachers, it is very easy to mark stress. Automatically stress will be there on that syllable. Girl, boy, shirt, came, go, so, ant. Come across disyllabic words: teacher, doctor. In these 2 words, where is the stress, dear student teachers? Stress is marked on first syllable. Don't say teacher, we say teacher. Doctor, that's why stress is there on the first syllable. In the same way, tailor, there are 2 syllables in this word, tailor. The stress is marked on first syllable, that's why we have to pronounce it as tailor. Then you observe here stress is on second syllable. Again, you don't say again, you should not pronounce it as again, you should pronounce it as again. Why? Because stress is there on second syllable. While we are speaking or pronouncing that word, it should stand out. That means we should give some extra birth force while we are uttering that the syllable. Again, perceive. See, now don't say don't pronounce it as perceive. You pronounce it as perceive. And also R is silent here. And once again, let's understand stress. Stress is the degree of force with which a syllable or word is uttered. In English, all the syllables in a word are not evenly stressed. Stress is the birth force, dear students. Remember it. While you are speaking, you see that stress should be there. You should follow correct stress. When you follow correct stress, then only people can understand. If you don't follow stress, people, especially native speakers, can't understand our way of speaking. That's why we should learn this with great concentration and refer dictionaries, refer some online resources, some YouTube resources, listen native speakers' way of speaking, and when you are going to present any word, that present with appropriate stress mark, then give very good practice to your students. Then your students attain a wonderful English speaking skills, and so that we can help them to become international citizens. See here, one stress patterns. Generally, most of the that words stress is very simple. See, doctor, empty, basket, sister. In all these words, there is the stress is on first syllable. This is very simple stress pattern. Stress will be on first syllable, you do not feel any problem. But in some words, stress will be on second syllable. Here we should be careful. Steam, how to pronounce it? Steam. Gain, do not say again, do not pronounce it as again, it is to pronounce gain. Okay, dear students, how? With the help of that stress mark. How can we find out that stress mark? Already we discussed just now. We should observe that syllables in that word, and also with the help of dictionary, with the help of, see dear students, teachers, when you are going to present a word to our students, and that vocabulary presentation, you present that word that with the proper sound. That means you refer dictionary, find that stress mark. You observe this, already we discussed, the stress is marked with a vertical bar just before the starting of that syllable. You observe here again, you observe stress mark there, again, a gain, just before that gain, above that you find one vertical bar, dear student teachers. With the help of that we can find which syllable is to be stressed, which syllable is to be given extra breath force. With that extra breath force we can give stress, and that will be stressed, and our speaking will be appropriate. You see here, generally we pronounce it as machine, machine. You do not pronounce. It is to be pronounced as machine. See, the stress is on second syllable. See here, a is there, machine. It is pronounced as machine. Don't pronounce it as machine. It is pronounced as machine. In the same way, don't pronounce mistake. Mistake. What is the correct pronunciation? Mistake. There are two syllables, and the second syllable is stressed. We should follow that. Mistake. And here, dear students, one other feature of English that speech is some words they show secondary stress. Some words they have more than 3 syllables. They show one other feature that is called secondary stress. Observe this example. See here, dear students, here examination. See how many syllables are there? There are 5 vowels in this word. That is why 5 syllables in this word. How to pronounce it? Examination. While we are pronouncing this, we pronounce like this: examination. Examination. You see, you observe examination, the 4th syllable stands out. Examination. We give more breath force. Nation. And also, when we are speaking, the second syllable, exa, also stands out. That this is less than 4th syllable. That means examination. That we give more extra birth force on nation, and also we give some birth force to exa also, but it is less than nation. That's why that type of stress pattern is known as secondary stress. That is why some that English words, they show that type of secondary stress, and we should be very, very careful while we are pronouncing this type of words also. We have to give that stress to those 2 words. Examination. See here how to mark this word, the secondary stress. See, primary stress is marked just before, above the syllable. Secondary stress, where is it marked, dear students? This is marked just below the beginning of the syllable. You say the the we say exa at times attains secondary stress here. In the XA, that secondary stress is shown as vertical bar just below that syllable. Okay, in dictionary also you need not face any confusion that the marks, that stress marks will be like this only, dear students, we should follow. See, let us understand some other words here. Economic, advantageous, see, notification, notification. While we are saying, the two syllables stand out. Notification, international, deposition, comprehensible. Okay, dear students, just we discussed the stress in words. Unfortunately, there are no rules to follow. We have to follow dictionary. We have to access some what we call resources. See, dear students, now we are in the era of information technology. Resources are there. Now we call e-learning, mobile learning. We call mobile learning. With the help of mobile also, we can learn many things. We can access a great source of knowledge that is available in this world, and with the help of that, this is our duty to pick up our pronunciation skills. And also there are some rules. Let's discuss. You observe there are some weak prefixes are there. In those weak prefixes, the accent will be on second syllable. Accent will be on the root, we call. You say alone. Here is a weak prefix. In the same way, because of this e vowel, it attains weak. Because, become, below. You don't say below. You should pronounce it as below. Become, because, alone, ago, above. In this way, we have to pronounce. And while we are, sometimes we use one word in two different ways. For example, conduct. We use it as noun sometimes. Please give me your conduct certificate. Conduct. Here conduct and conduct. Conduct is a noun. Conduct is a verb. Here we are going to conduct one essay writing competition tomorrow. Conduct. Permit. Show me your permit. Do you have permit to enter into the examination hall with those things? Permit. Words ending with ION are stressed on the second syllable from the end. You see, this is one rule. For example, if you take any word, for example, application, the word, the end ends in ION. At that time, the stress will be on the second syllable from the end. Application. See, application, shan is the first syllable, just before syllable K. K attains, receives stress here. Qualification. In the same way, imagination. And sometimes we use some derivatives. One word with from one word there will be some other words. These are called derivatives. Examine, examinee, examination. Here stress sometimes also moves. Academy, academic, academician. Okay, dear students, in the same way like words, sentences also there will be stress. We call it sentence stress. Different words in a sentence are differently stressed. The difference in the sentence stress changes the meaning of the utterance. Sentence stress, you observe this video, dear students.
Hi guys, welcome back to Jimmy ESL. And today we're going to continue on the idea of word stress, but we're going to focus on something called sentence stress. What is sentence stress? Well, just like we learned in the other videos, each word is stressed to some extent, but our sentences are also stressed. Okay? English is not just a flat language. So for example, I don't say, you are speaking too fast. Does that sound natural? You are speaking too fast. No, you are speaking too fast. You are speaking too fast. Can you hear the stress? Can you hear which words are of a high?
Okay, dear students, just that native speakers way of that is explaining about word stress. Let's see here. He is my uncle. He is my uncle. Here, stress is on uncle. It's generally, this is a statement of fact. For example, sometimes I may give stress on he. He is my uncle. He is my uncle. He is my uncle. That is one statement. He is my uncle. And in this case, I am giving stress on he. That means not the other person. That means not the other person. He is my uncle. You see here, he is my uncle. Here stress is on is. Why do you deny it? He is my uncle. He is not my brother. He is my uncle. In such case, we give stress on is. He is my uncle. He is my uncle, not Ram's uncle. At that time, my stress will be on my. He is my uncle. Here you see, here one other sentence with the help of this sentence also we can understand the importance of sentence stress. We give stress on different words, the meaning will be changed. I want you to take my dog to the park. Here, I want you to take my dog to the park. Here, this gives, that means I am saying that you should take my dog to the park only. Here, for example, if I give a stress on you, for example, at the time, how do I say? I want you to take my dog to the park. I want you to take my dog to the park. In this case, you should only take my dog to the park. That sentence that gives the meaning is like that. If you give stress on you, you should take my dog. I want you to take my dog to the park. For example, if I give stress on dog, let's see. I want you to take my dog to the park. That here I am saying, don't take my cat to the park. You have to take my dog only to the park. I want you to take my dog to the park. For example, if I give stress to park, the word park, I want you to take my dog to the park. If I say like that, I am instructing you, you should take my dog to the park only. You should not take my dog to any other place. You should not take a market or any other place. You have to take my dog to the park only. See, one other very interesting feature of English is rhythm. Rhythm, a music, a sort of music is there in English. See this? The train was stopped at number of stations. You don't say the train was stopped at the number of stations. How do you say it? The train was stopped at number of stations. English native speaker speaks like this. What do we hear here? A sort of music. That means there will be some stressed syllable, unstressed syllable, stressed syllable, unstressed syllable. In such a way, these stressed and unstressed syllables, they come in intervals, in regular intervals. Because of this, English attains a special feature that is called rhythm. Rhythm is also a very important feature of English. Here, in order to attain rhythm, what do we do? We give stress on some content words. We don't give stress on functional words. We stress on content words. That's why, and we leave that what we call functional words, and we don't stress them, and we use weak forms instead. Because of that, this English attain one special feature, that is rhythm. Break it into 10 pieces, a sort of break into 10 pieces. Here, 8 into this such type of grammatical words we don't pronounce properly. And here one other feature of English is intonation, the change in the pitch. The change in the pitch gives changes meaning. You see, there are 3 types of intonations: the falling tone, the rising tone, the falling rising tone. Okay. This here you observe, Ravi is a teacher. This is a falling tone. I am a teacher. All sentences, complete sentences, definite sentences, we use falling tone only. I am a teacher. This is a table. He is a teacher. This is a pen. In this way, all the such type of sentence we use falling tone. For example, here WH questions. We are going. We are going. Who is going to village today? Here we used that falling tone only. Orders and commands we use falling tone. Shut the door. Clean the garden. Shut the door. Clean the garden. Here orders and commands we use falling tone. And some exclamations. How beautiful. What a fine day. Some rising tone. Yes or no questions we use rising tone. Are you a teacher? Have you understood? Here we use rising tone. And requests. Could you please open the door? You should be friendly while you are using. Could you please help me? And sometimes WH questions, when you use a friendly way, we use what can I do for you? Why are you crying? In such case also we use what we call rising tone, dear student teachers. Dear students, teachers, today we discussed stress, intonation and rhythm, some special features of English language. From today onwards, please try to use them in your way of speaking, dear student teachers. Make use of dictionaries. See, dear students, listen to me. Here the phonetics, this speaking is not such a thing is to be taught. It is to be caught. We have to catch that phonetics, that way of speaking by using various resources, especially some YouTube videos, some native speakers videos, dictionaries, and make use of all of them, and develop your English speaking skills and teach the same skills to our students, help them to become international citizens. Thank you very much. I wish you very good luck, dear students.